So that happened. Hello everyone. Welcome to Game Over Vancouver. I'm Kaja. I forgot to do that fun thing where I'm mute the YouTube site. So, apologies. So that's why you were hearing stuff. Yeah, that game happened. Will I ever get to cover a win? I don't know. We're gonna discuss it. But first, little message from our sponsors. Wanna bet? You can do it at Sports Interaction Canada Sportsbook. Football continues, the World Series is ongoing, and the hockey season is well underway. Bet pregame, live in play, or on one of our many prop bets. Made for Canadians by Canadians, Sports Interaction makes it easy to deposit, play, and cash out. Join now and see all sports betting has to offer. Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. That's sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. Ontario only, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. All right. So the Canucks just lost to the New Jersey Devils. And I don't know how to feel about that because we just have like terrible bad luck against certain teams. Like if I remember correctly, Luongo never won in Toronto ever. Um yeah, we ran into a red hot Devils team. It was surprising me. This reverse retro is unlucky. I think we were just unlucky in the COVID season in general, considering everyone got it. I feel like we were unlucky. I want to talk about our newest acquisition today. Ethan Bear played his first game. Oh yeah, and also Jack Studnicka. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Um, they played very well tonight. Uh, I really liked Ethan Bear. I was really impressed by him. Johnny Canuck hot, Canucks not. Yeah. One thing I want to mention is how dare Connor Garland, the physical manifestation of Johnny Canuck, shave for the Johnny Canuck night. How dare he? You know what? The audacity. The audacity that I am sitting here and I am mad about a grown man shaving his facial hair. How dare he? I blame him for our loss tonight. That's a joke. I don't actually blame him. Bear, Hughes, and Stillman did well. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I November. Now that I think about it, that makes more sense. I wasn't loving Stillman tonight. Not gonna lie. Um, did Demko have a bad game or was there bad defense? A little bit of both, honestly. Yeah, Bear was really good tonight. Interesting D movements. Quinn Hughes obviously healthy. He's returned. Just in time to face his brother, which I feel like that's just too lucky. That's a little it's a little sus. It's a little sus how he's just like, oh well, my parents are in town, I'm gonna play, and then watch tomorrow. Oh yeah, no, I'm injured again. Bye. Like, okay, I'm joking. He probably wouldn't do that. I hope he wouldn't do that. Quinn Hughes, if you're watching, please don't do that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's Demko hasn't gotten in his groove yet, especially considering like how he wants to, you know, be a Vesna contender. He hasn't gotten in his groove yet. My mascara is not liking me. Haha. Yeah, he hasn't gotten his groove. Like, people are seriously. I know it's Canucks Twitter, so don't believe literally anything, even though we're only like the second worst Twitter. Um, Sorry, but didn't like somebody yell at like Marner's grandma or something? Oh, I turned off my light. Okay, that's what I meant to do. Okay. Yeah. Um, people are saying, oh yeah, we should get Martin in. I was like, no, we don't need another goaltender controversy. We've had that many a time. Many a time. Yeah, like, this is what happens when, I think Sam said something like this on Twitter, so, I don't know. All the smart, if I say a smart thing, a lot of it's from, like, Sam tweeting during the game, so shout out Sam. It's awesome. We love Sam. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was her that tweeted about it, but it's like, or it might not have been her. It might have been somebody else on Twitter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was something about how this is what happens when you rely on your goaltender too much, and then to like distract from the actual problem in the roster. Yeah, it's just he was left out to dry during most of the goals. Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a lot of defense issues tonight with the Canucks, which, you know what? That could be just like the title of every episode. Defense issues, defense issues, defense issues, defense issues, because it's such a common theme. Do the Canucks win for Bieksa on Thursday? Honestly, I hope so. But I still think the Ducks actually might be below us now. I think it was the Ducks and the Sharks that are below us in our division. But yeah. I don't understand the logic of playing Stillman over Rathbone. Yeah, I was gonna talk about how I thought the lineup situation was weird. Because yes, Quinn Hughes is back. He's not injured. You have to play him. He's Quinn frickin' Hughes. If you haven't heard, he's kind of good. Like he's a pretty decent guy. He totally just like holds the most points for a defenseman in a whole season record. Yeah, he like beat that like last year. So, you know, he's a pretty decent guy. Pretty decent guy. So yeah, he's not injured anymore. You play him. Stillman, I'm not 100% sold on him yet. Like, we just got him. But I don't know. I see, I don't see why they played him over specifically Jack Rathbone. Because a lot of people, especially while Hughes was out, a lot of people were noticing Rathbone's game is similar to Quinn Hughes, and a lot of things that are, you know, a lot of people who are critical about the defense situation, just like, oh yeah, they need to be able to move the puck. That's like a good thing with defense. You like the Squishmallows things? I have more. They're just tucked back there. Yeah. Horvat burns us every time. Yeah, imagine if you guys had him. That's so funny. Like, that's great. That's great. Arizona beat Florida? Anyway. Yeah, Horvat was most of the games that we've played so far this season, it's been Elias Pettersson. He's been the talk of the town. He's been the most consistent. Whereas last year it was like JT Miller. Look at this horrible, terrible Canucks team. Back then. And yeah, like there's this horrible, terrible Canucks team. JT Miller's a constant. Whereas now it's like Elias Pettersson. Oh, he's the good one now, because last year it was him being. It's like him and Miller switched spots. You know. Because yeah, Miller got put to the wing, which honestly I like it. I like seeing Miller on the wing, and I know they paid him to be this big center, but he hasn't performed as a center. Like there was a bunch of discussion where there's been a bunch of discussion, of course, between signing him or Horvat, and then they signed Miller. And it's like, oh, they're going with Miller, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, okay. And then they're like, oh, well, Horvat wants to be a one center. And I'm like, okay, great. That might be a problem if JT's on center. And then they move him to the wing. And I'm like, okay, well, that's great and all. Well, why are we paying him that much if we've moved him from the position that we were paying him so much money for? Yeah, I thank you, Devils fans, for being nice to us, but yeah, I'm so surprised you guys are like super good. And like, no offense, but like I'm surprised. Miller, I'm gonna be honest, Miller looked a little slow tonight. Maybe that's me, maybe that's noticing it. Demko bailed him out later on in the third, I believe it was. It was either the third. Third. No, end of second. End of second on the fourth power play. Where they actually, it took them 4 power plays to set up, by the way, the Canucks, and it hurt a little bit inside. It took 4 power plays, whereas we were like 9th in the league or something like that, and we were like 6 for 12 in like the last few games. It was mentioned off the top, but yeah, so we were like, oh yeah, special teams. We're doing pretty well at special teams. And then no. We were not. We were not going good with that. Except I guess we got a goal on power play 3. And we got another goal later on, but yeah, it's just not fun. Yeah, I wrote Miller Demko saved you. You gave up a 3-on-1 because you wouldn't get off the ice. Technically, he was passing, I believe, to OEL, but yeah, he wouldn't get off the ice when they're switching power play units. And I'm like, okay, I get it if you're a rookie and you have the endurance for that. But I get tired walking up the stairs in my house, and I'm younger than most rookie NHL players. How does a man who is like 11 years my senior, he's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I stay on the ice. I stay on the ice. I know, I won't move. I'm not going to move. You can try and move me, and I will not. And then he moves the puck, and I'm like, oh no, that's not what you're supposed to do. Why do you have the puck in the first place? Why are you still on the ice? Anyway, JT Miller makes me mad sometimes, and I think it's like a little bit of resentment. Because, you know, we're paying him $56 million, and then he says he doesn't give a shit about the jersey, which, I don't know. Just, it's like, okay, we gave you this big contract that you're finally waiting for after many years of, you know, getting passed between teams. Well, not passed between teams. He was putting up points in New York, gets moved. He's putting up points in Tampa, gets moved. And then we were like, oh yeah, we're going to settle down with this guy. We're going to make him our new superstar. And then he's just like, I'm just not going to move. I guess part of it could be the reason he may have gotten injured, and he may just be like slow because he's shaking that off, but I'm also like, it's early in the season, don't make your injuries worse. That's my take on that. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of JT Miller. Hopefully he turns it around. And I remember the first game we were talking about how, oh yeah, 10 games in they'll have it sorted out. No, they're still bringing in new guys. They're still trying to figure out what's going on with this team. Horvat was the best forward tonight. Pettersson was close. He just wasn't getting his shots on net. Yeah, Pettersson was really good tonight. Pettersson was really good tonight. Y'all jerseys are nice. Why do some of you just like? It is a good jersey. Other than 2 or 3. Yeah, Miller did look good with a few passes, but yeah, it's just not. It's like I look at other contracts that other people have signed for other teams, and I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, Like, I'm wearing the old reverse retro. It's a Pedersen one. I'm wearing the old reverse retro right now. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. I like that one. And then the Johnny Canuck ones come out, and I wasn't sold on them with the first release that came out, because I was just like, okay, what is this? It looks so, because people have a problem with it because yeah, they look like our AHL team because they're basically the green with the Johnny Canuck on it. That's the Abbotsford Canucks. Um, but people had a problem with that. It's like making jokes. It's like, oh, it's like basically our AHL team. Which I'm like, I think our AHL team has a better record than us right now, so yeah. Um, Not a great look, but I do really like the jerseys. I like the number on the front. I'm trying to yell at myself not to buy one, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Yeah, I really liked the game of our new guys. Studnicka was effective for using his size to get around because he's a big boy. That's why they brought him in. He's a big boy. That's the thing from Family Guy, I think. Um, yeah, I like him. Ethan Bear. I think I wrote in my notes, Ethan Bear, I love you, like 4 times because I was just like, this guy, he is. I'm a huge Ethan Bear fan. I wanted to trade for him last year, and then they didn't. And then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess Carolina's gonna sign him. And they didn't play him, but there is a lot of worries, whereas of like, oh, he hasn't played a game since April, like a regular season game since April. Um, and yeah, it was a lot of concern going around that, so why are they playing him in his first game? And then he's like one of the best defensemen on the ice in his first game, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know if this is really good for us or it's showing we have a serious problem. But yeah, I do think Rathbone should have played over Stillman or even put Burrows in with Bear. Like, play him on his offside because if Burrows went down, or not if Burrows went down, when Shen got ejected, we would still have our main tough guy in Kyle Burrows. I love Kyle Burrows. But the Devils should have lost Bastian. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was insanity. The Luke Shen, Mileswood? I believe it's Mileswood. And like Dakota Joshua coming in there as well as getting technically the third man, but I'm like, is he really? Because there was like a bunch of other Devils in that situation as well. But you know what? I'm not the refs. Speaking of the refs and doing things, Elise Pettersson. There was a in his opinion, there was a missed slashing call on him. Um, yeah, missed slashing call. Uh, Another thing, I think I might just have it out for JT Miller. Because I literally just have, Miller had good shot, but turned? Question mark, question mark, question mark? I think I just have it out for JT Miller. Yeah. OEL might be injured. That's fun. There was a fight. It was amazing. Like I don't want to say I advocate for violence because that sounds really bad, but fights can be entertaining, especially if it's Luke Shen. I just love Luke Shen so much. Um the refs missed a slash call never. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It was yeah, he got slashed and Pettersson talking to ref about this call on him, not happy, apparently it was a slash. Um Demko left his net and I wrote Demko, I swear to God. just in all capitals. Um Garland shot blocked because he shaved. Yeah, that's a big thing. I get it. He shaved to like restart for Movember. You know, I understand that. I understand that. But also, for Johnny Canuck night. Johnny Canuck night. Yeah, fun if no one really gets hurt. That is good. Miller did have 99 points last season. Well, Okay. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe I'm just very cynical. Who knows? Yeah, fights fun if no one really gets hurt. Obviously, shouldn't be hitting a guy when he's down, but you know, it's entertaining sometimes because I don't like all that UFC stuff, especially since the Paul brothers are in it now. So it's just like, why? I used to watch you like make slime in your backyard. Why are you here? Um, are they UFC or are they other stuff? Because I know Logan's in WWE. I don't know. I watch the Sidemen anyway. Uh, I don't. Um, yeah, Horvat. I thought that went in. Like I was waiting for the moment where they do the replay, and then it's like the announcer realization where it's just like, oh, that went in, and then they call Toronto, and it's like this whole like a 15-minute review. But yeah, it didn't actually go in. I really thought it did, but I have depth perception issues. I can't play hockey, so um. Dan Murphy from Sportsnet called the Devils one of the best in the league, and I was like, okay, come on. And then I look at the stats, and I'm like, they're third in the Metro. Yeah. They're fifth in the NHL. Like, overall. Fourth in the Eastern Conference, fifth in the NHL. They're 6-3-0 after 9 games. Now they're 7-3-0. Yeah, Pearson, I think before Shen took the minor, I was looking at, or the minor, the major in the game misconduct. I was looking at playoff minutes the other day because I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. This is kind of funny. I looked up who was leading in penalty minutes, and it was Tanner Pearson. Uh, Tanner Pearson was leading the team in penalty minutes. After the Forest crash. Oh, right, that happened. You have a Sprite can jersey? Oh gosh. Yeah, the Devils, they're young, but they're fierce. They're young, but they're fierce. Also, Mackenzie Blackwood is 5-0-0 against the Canucks now. So good for him. Yeah, it was astounding to me that the Devils had less shots in the first period because they had 2 goals on 7 shots in the first, and I'm like, that's a little worrying. Um, yeah, they have good players. Um, yeah, they do. The Devils have good. They have good players. That's been their narrative. They're good players, but they have something to prove. Whereas always been the defense, been the goaltending. Whereas I'm just like, okay, well, now it's like good because you guys got VTech. Uh, I'm like, okay, nice. I love former Caps goalies. So, yeah. Uh, yeah, after before the Canucks made it 4-2, they played Mr. Brightside. That was, very sad. I was like, no, this is the sad part of Mr. Brightside. Don't play this. Um, Niels Oman, uh, was one of the good Swede pickups. They signed a lot of, it seemed like there were a lot of Swedes. But he's been really good for us this year. Uh, yeah. OEL, that might be a thing to watch out for because he might be injured. Which it was an awkward collision. Like I kind of saw it. Well, I did see it multiple times, but like I how do you get hurt if you're in OEL's position? Um, I don't know. It's just like both Keisher and OEL ended up in discomfort after that. OEL was like super slow getting off the ice. I thought they were gonna stop the play. Like that's how long he was down on the ice for. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. And then he got up. Yeah. I I don't think I've ever watched a game live where somebody got ejected that quickly. That was a regular season game that I can remember in recent memory. Because I know Leafs Tampa game 1, Clifford got ejected? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, you can tell Quinn Hughes and Jack Hughes are related, though. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the Jack Hughes Quinn Hughes face off, the Hughes versus Hughes, Hughes v Hughes. Jack is now 4 up on his younger brother. No, older brother. Jack is the middle one. Yeah, Quinn. I feel bad for Quinn. You know, as a fellow tired oldest sibling myself, I am tired. I am tired. I am tired. What? Um, as a fellow tired oldest myself, I feel for him. You know, it's like imagine imagine having to because I would assume they would meet their parents after because I think their parents. I think it was mentioned that their parents flew out for the game. Because that's pretty cool. But like also, imagine having to face your parents after losing 5-2 to your younger brother. Like that would hurt. Like my younger brother is taller than me and that already hurts enough. Um yeah, it's I remember there was like the whole painting thing. Quinn lost the painting game. I think it was like 7-4 that last season and then we won 6-3 and that was like the first time in 12 matchups that we had beaten New Jersey. So we don't meet them a lot. Well, we don't beat them a lot. We don't meet them a lot either. They're across the continent from us. But yeah, Hughes versus Hughes. Quinn is down 3. And hopefully they have many more years to even out their rivalry. They have a house together. Um, but yeah, hopefully they can even it out. In Quinn's favor, of course. Quinn's favor, of course. But you can tell when you're looking at the ice and you're watching the game and you're watching, you know, Hughes 43 or Hughes 86. Um it's definitely evident that they are related and they were raised by, you know, their parents who also like literally develop hockey players as well because yeah, you can see that very clearly in the way that they skate. I think I wrote one time that oh Jack Hughes did the spinny thing too, because I don't really watch a lot of Devils games because they're kind of across the content and I don't know. I watch them when they play the Rangers, so I guess they do play the Rangers a bit, but yeah, you can tell just by the way they skate. He did like you know how Quinn will go one way, and he switches the other, and it's like swirls and goes the big circles. Jack did that on his brother against his brother, and I was like, haha, he's gonna get made fun of for that. Yeah, yeah, they're funny when they play against each other. I think there's this one clip on YouTube from one of the first times they played against each other, and Quinn completely just takes Jack down because Jack's trying to go after him. Yeah, it's been fun. Yep. I mean, good luck, New Jersey. Ellen. Yeah, we love Ellen. Good luck, New Jersey. You guys are doing decent this year. Um, but yeah. I just want I the defense needs to be worked out. Definitely. The defense needs to be worked out because there's a lot that is not good with this. Um, because we had at the beginning of the season they were like, "Oh yeah, Poolman is top part of our top 4." Well, now he's on LTIR. Another part of that defensive group, Dermott, is also on LTIR. A guy we brought in for toughness to be on like the fourth or third line or whatever is also on injured reserve. One of our top forwards, like a guy who's on a poster outside our building, is on IR. Which I'm not saying like the reason we lost today is because Brock Besser wasn't there. No. No, no, no. Um, yeah. Um, I thought the lines were a little weird today. I don't know. I feel like pods shouldn't be as low as he is. And also, I miss Pearson and Miller. I wrote Miller instead of Horvat. No. Okay, I take the lineup and I write it out, right? And I guess they mentioned Miller or something, and so I wrote 8 Garland, 53 Miller, 9 Miller. I mean 53 Horvat. Pearson and Horvat were like, we're good. We're good together. They were good together. You know, I love those two together. I also like Miller and Horvat. Um, but I don't know. I feel like that line would have to be pushed down a little. You can't buy a win on your broadcast. Well, we don't all have Connor McDavid. Um, Ducks currently beating the Sharks. Okay, it's the Sharks. It's the Sharks. They couldn't even win a game that the NHL completely forgot about that was actually real. So, it's the Sharks. Send Miller out. Thank you. Somebody's on my side. I'm kidding. I like the Kuzmenko, Pettersson, and Mikheyev line. They're very fast. Mikheyev is good. Pettersson is good. Kuzmenko is also good. Kuzmenko getting mad about the ref blowing the whistle today. And just being like, hey! Hey! I think I wrote like angry kitten or something because I was like, this man is too pure to be mad. Why is he mad? Miller had an interesting strategy. Can't make giveaways if you're invisible. Ooh, oh my gosh. That is terrible. Actually, you know what? That's a fair point because like I will have, if I can't like actually watch the game online or on TV or whatever, I I put like the live game cast or whatever on, and it'll say giveaway from a Canucks logo, and I'm like, who is it? It says Miller. I'm like, oh, of course, yeah, or Hoglander. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Pearson, Studnicka, Hoglander line needs a bit more time to work out, considering we like just got him too. Which yeah, feel like they might need a little more time to workshop that. Or move Pearson up to Horvat, put Horvat's line, put Pettersson's line as the first line, but then you're moving Garland down or scratching him, and the last time we scratched him, it didn't end well. Yeah, it's just not a great time. I thought the lineup was weird. Brisebois getting put back to Abby, like, I get it. Oh yeah, if I ever say Abby, I mean Abbotsford, like Abbotsford Canucks, like the AHL team. Abby is like, what's the word? Colloquial? That word where it's like slang, basically, for Abbotsford, which is known specifically in the Lower Mainland area. So if you're not from here, Abby is Abbotsford. Yeah, so Brisebois got sent to Abby, and you know what? He was actually he was pretty decent in the games he played for us. He played 3 games, I believe, with us. He was actually pretty decent considering he's been in our system for like forever. Colloquialism. I know what the word is. I can't say it. My brain is not computing that right now. I had a midterm today, so I already had to do that. Yeah, Lotto line. Honestly, Lotto line, love him. Bear, thank you. Love that guy. Lotto line, the Lotto line was so exciting. Colloquial. I can't, I'm tired. Our pursuit of getting Aquilini revenue for 2 playoff games. Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny going downtown now and seeing, like, the signs of our pursuit and, like, our mission or whatever the other slogan is. And it's, see you in February. Yeah. It's really funny seeing those signs now, because I'm just like, oh, your pursuit of what? Bedard? Because that's what it seems like. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting adventure to get to above 0.500 because before this game we're at 0.333. Um and apparently if I do some yeah, 333 as an angel number is telling you to learn to have fun and be happy on your own, to embrace and celebrate your individuality, and focus on the positives in yourself and in your life, rather than fall into the trap of believing you need someone or something outside yourself to feel happy and complete. So, pretty much, the Canucks need to work with what they have and change the sign to say tank for Bedard. I will talk to the spiritual girlies about that. In the meantime, this year is going to be a very interesting one, considering the Canucks are 6-2 in the first 10. So, hey, maybe we got the game over curse. So, thank you, Mr. Berkshire. We got the game over curse in Vancouver. It's alive. Hopefully, I get to cover a win at some point in my life. You know, I'm 20, so I got about 60 years left, give or take. Hopefully I'll get to cover a win. Hope at some point in my life. Demko will return to form eventually. Yeah. Hope so. I hope so. He's our main goalie. So I would hope I would hope that we get old Demko back. All-Star Demko. Because then maybe we can make the All-Star game. Just maybe. Because at this point, it's either Elias Pettersson, who we have to re-sign in a few years, or else it's going to be like a Kachuk situation. Or we have Horvat getting sent. I'm like, okay, we're probably going to lose him in free agency the way it's looking. Or we send Hughes. At this point. Or we just, like, send Kuzmenko and we're just like, okay, go have fun. Bye-bye. Just, like, sending your kid, like, off to swimming lessons for the first time. Just like, bye-bye. Predictions for Thursday. It's Tuesday? It is Tuesday. Prediction for Thursday. Honestly, for the fun of it, hope Trevor Zegras does the Michigan, because I just find that really funny. I just find it really funny because it makes a lot of people mad. Prediction for Thursday, I hope we win. But then again, I hope we win most games, and I thought we would win today. So, yeah. I hope we win against the Ducks, and then we play against Nashville. That one, my prediction for the Anaheim game, 4-2 Canucks. Prediction for Nashville, 3-2 shootout. That is my prediction for this week's string of games. And then next week, we don't even play at home next week, do we? We're on the East road trip again. Yeah. Anyway, the Canucks lost. I still haven't covered a win on Game Over. Shen Hughes was back for all of 5 seconds before... All of 5 seconds. All of 2 periods, and then Luke Shen got kicked from the game. The Devils are unassumingly good, which is a little scary. Like, look, this is what happens when you actually make the team, Roberto Luongo honoring you with their presence. Thank you! Yay! Yay! He's back! Just don't leave during playoff overtime, please. Yeah. I was in the middle of saying something else. God damn it. The Devils are unassumingly good. Yeah, this is what happens when, you actually upgrade the defense of a team. Which, I mean, it could be... Hi, Clay! It could be, upgraded a bit with Bear coming in, but then again, you know, you still scratched Rathbone and Burrows. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Considering Burrows is also leading the team in blocks, and there were a lot of blocks that were missed. A lot of blocks that were missed. Yeah, he's leading the team in blocks. To my knowledge. I believe Shen was also leading in hits. Definitely laid a few on some Devils players tonight. But yeah. Anyway, I want to mention one more thing before I go. Does it count as a win streak if it's 2 games? Because I'm using Snapchat logic. Snapchat does not count it as a streak until it's at 3. 3 days. You need 3 days of continuous Snapchats before you count it as a win. Can the Canucks count the 2 games as a win streak? Because technically, yeah, you won a back-to-back, but you won back-to-back games. You didn't have a streak. Because I thought it was weird where it's just like, the win streak ends tonight. And I'm just like, okay, what streak? We didn't have a streak. The Devils got to 4 consecutive wins for the first time in 4 years or something like that. Yeah. 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 They need to work on face-offs. That's one thing. Like, that's how the first goal happened, was they lost a face-off off of the Pearson call. Again, why does Pearson lead in penalty minutes? But anyway, yep. Hughes is back. Stillman is back. We have Ethan Bear. Everything is existing. The Vancouver Canucks, sure, they do exist. They're 28th in the league. They exist for sure. And yeah. I hope everyone has a great night. I hope the Canucks win on Thursday, because you're not a fan if you're okay with losing. Okay, well, here's where you're wrong, bud. You're not a fan if you think that if, like, losing... You're not a fan if you're okay with losing. That just... No. Because even if you lose, like, you still have to... Like, what's your loyalty? Just... Where's your loyalty with that? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Enjoy your night, everyone. Good night. Hopefully the Canucks get a dub for BXA. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.